95 million years ago, in the lush wetlands of North Africa, a shadow ruled the rivers. This was no ordinary dinosaur. It was the Spinosaurus, the largest carnivorous dinosaur to ever walk the earth, stretching nearly 60 feet long. Its long snout resembled a crocodile's, and its back carried a towering sail that made it one of the strangest predators in history. Unlike T-Rex, this giant didn't chase prey across open plains. Instead, it lurked in swamps, slipping between water and land with ease. Imagine the sight: reeds swaying, fish darting, and suddenly a massive head bursting from beneath the surface, jaws snapping shut. Spinosaurus was more than a dinosaur. It was a river monster, part crocodile, part bird, and fully terrifying. To meet this predator was to meet evolution's boldest experiment, a creature that rewrote the rules of survival. The North Africa we know today is a desert of endless sand. But back in the Cretaceous period, it was the opposite. It was a world drenched in water. Vast rivers, wide swamps and forests that lined the shores. Herds of plant-eating dinosaurs grazed at the riverbanks while giant flying pterosaurs soared overhead, scanning the surface for food. Beneath the muddy waters, schools of giant fish swam lazily, unaware of the terror that stalked them. This wet world shaped Spinosaurus into something entirely unique. Its body was adapted to slip silently beneath the waterline. Its nostrils perched high on its skull like a crocodile's so it could breathe while stalking prey. It could wade into shallow currents or dive deeper, using its long tail to propel it forward. In this flooded paradise, Spinosaurus was not just another dinosaur, it was a ruler forged by rivers themselves. Every part of Spinosaurus's body told the story of its unusual lifestyle. Its snout, long and narrow, was packed with conical teeth designed not for crushing bone, but for gripping slippery prey like fish. Inside its skull were special pressure sensors, allowing it to detect the faintest ripple in the water, just like modern crocodiles. Its tail was broad and powerful, shaped almost like an oar, making it a natural swimmer. Its hind legs were shorter than most theropods, which made walking on land clumsy but swimming highly efficient. And then rising from its back was the sail, tall vertebrae stretching like the frame of a ship's mast. Some scientists believe this sail was for display, others think it regulated temperature, and some suggest it helped it glide through water. Whatever the purpose, Spinosaurus was no land tyrant. It was a body reinvented for the rivers. The river looks calm, but danger is everywhere. A school of giant sawfish drifts close to the surface. Suddenly, water explodes as Spinosaurus surges upward. Its jaws, lined with dozens of sharp teeth, snap shut around a thrashing victim. Unlike T-Rex, whose bite could crush bone, Spinosaurus relied on precision, spearing prey and thrashing it side to side until it was subdued. Fish were its main diet, but it was no picky eater. Turtles, crocodiles, and even the occasional carcass of another dinosaur all became part of its feast. This predator could stalk both water and land, giving it an advantage few rivals could match. Imagine the chaos: splashes echoing through the swamp, waves rippling as smaller creatures scattered in fear. The rivers belonged to Spinosaurus, and every hunt was a brutal reminder of why it was the undisputed king of the waterways. The most striking feature of Spinosaurus was its sail, a towering structure rising over 6 feet high. What was it for? Theories abound. Perhaps it acted like a billboard, a colorful display to attract mates or intimidate rivals. Picture two Spinosauruses facing off at sunset, their sails glowing like crimson flags in the fading light. Others believe it worked like a radiator, absorbing warmth in the cool mornings and releasing heat in the blazing afternoons. There's even the possibility it made the dinosaur look larger, scaring away threats without needing to fight. Whatever its purpose, the sail transformed Spinosaurus into more than just a hunter. It made it unforgettable, a living symbol of dominance. When this predator rose from the river, sail gleaming against the horizon, there could be no doubt the king of the waterways had arrived. But even kings face rivals. Spinosaurus shared its environment with some of the deadliest creatures of the Cretaceous. The massive crocodile Carcharodontosaurus, nearly 40 feet long, lurked in the same rivers, waiting for ambushes. On land roamed Carcharodontosaurus, a fearsome predator nearly as big as T-Rex. These giants competed fiercely for food, and sometimes their paths would cross. Imagine the thunder of their roars, the water exploding as titans clashed, each testing the other's strength. Yet Spinosaurus had one advantage: flexibility. While its rivals were bound to land or ambush tactics, Spinosaurus could slip into the rivers and hunt where no others dared. It was the first true semi-aquatic dinosaur, and that gave it a unique claim over its watery kingdom. Rivalries shaped its world, but none could fully dethrone the river monster. Even the fiercest predators had moments of vulnerability. A mother Spinosaurus guarded her nest along a muddy riverbank, carefully shielding eggs the size of footballs. When the hatchlings emerged, they were tiny and fragile, far from the giants they might one day become. Their first lessons came quickly, swimming in shallow pools, snapping at insects or small fish, learning to use their little tails for balance. But danger was everywhere. Pterosaurs swooping from the skies, crocodiles lurking beneath the water, and rival predators stalking the land. For the young, survival meant staying close to their mother and the safety of her shadow. Still, not all would make it. Only a few would grow strong enough to rule the rivers like their parents. Life for Spinosaurus was never easy. It was a constant fight from the first breath until the last. Spinosaurus was neither fully of the land, nor fully of the water. On land, its awkward stride made it slower than other predators. But in water, it glided with surprising grace. This duality made it something extraordinary. It was proof that evolution never stops experimenting. Where most predators specialized, Spinosaurus became an in-between hunter, carving out a niche no one else dared. It was a dinosaur that behaved like a crocodile, swam like a fish, and walked like a theropod. That combination made it unique, but also vulnerable. Living between two worlds meant it was not perfect in either. Yet, for millions of years, it thrived because of this difference. Its existence challenges our view of dinosaurs, not just as land-bound giants, but as adaptable, versatile creatures capable of astonishing variety. But even giants fall. Around 95 million years ago, the rivers began to dry. Climate change, shifting ecosystems, and dwindling prey turned Spinosaurus's paradise into a struggle for survival. Its specialized lifestyle made adaptation difficult. While crocodiles endured and smaller, more flexible dinosaurs survived, Spinosaurus faded. Its reign ended not with a single battle, but with slow starvation and loss. For millions of years, its bones lay buried under the sands of the Sahara, forgotten by the world it once ruled. Only in the 20th century were its remains rediscovered, sparking debates and fascination among scientists. Each fossil fragment brings us closer to understanding this enigmatic predator, yet so much of its life remains a mystery, an unfinished story written in stone. Today, Spinosaurus exists not in rivers but in our imagination. Museums display its reconstructed skeleton, its sail rising like a ship's mast above crowds of curious visitors. Documentaries and films bring it to life as the strangest, most terrifying predator to ever walk or swim the earth. But beyond its size and power lies its true legacy, adaptability. It was a dinosaur that dared to be different, that chose rivers over plains, fish over flesh, water over land. Its story is one of survival, struggle, and bold experimentation. In remembering Spinosaurus, we remember that life is not about following a single path, but about finding new ones. The rivers of Africa may no longer echo with its roar, but the legend of Spinosaurus lives on, as the eternal king of the waters.